Boise police officer has been on every domestic violence case for the last 12 years. And last month, she retired. Aspen Shumpert joins us in studio to share how this detective changed hundreds of lives. Aspen.
Yeah, Detective Sherri Cameron had a passion for speaking up for domestic violence victims. As she departs from the position, she says she's hopeful she left behind an impactful legacy. The Boise Police Department said farewell to a woman who made a difference in the lives of many domestic violence victims. Detective Sherri Cameron started with Boise PD as a patrol officer in 1998, responding to various service calls. She later became a crime scene investigator, responding to calls involving family violence almost daily.
And I would spend more time with the victim and the family because I'd take photographs or collect evidence. So I saw a little bit more to those domestic calls than what the traditional patrol officer or deputy would see.
She heard hundreds of victims and children's stories. Speaking up for kids is what pushed Detective Cameron to pursue a full-time career helping them.
Often children don't have a voice. So that's really what drove my passion for it originally, is I wanted to do more.
2012, when a position for Boise's first domestic violence detective opened up, Detective Cameron went for it. She spent the last 12 years as Boise's sole domestic violence detective.
I did the work because I believed in it. I did the work so that children would have a voice, and I did the work because I wanted victims to know that they had other choices than staying in a home where they lived in fear.
On April 26, she retired.
I think anytime you get to the end of a career, right, the ending of one chapter, it's filled with mixed feelings.
She spent her last day going back to where she started, on patrol, where her 19-year-old son joined her for one final dispatch sign-off. This was the first time in the patrol car with his mom. He was too young the first time around. She says it was the perfect ending to her career and that her son is interested in law enforcement.
The pride that I have to see that my son wants to follow and do some of the work that I've done, it's more than I could have ever expected or hoped.
Boise PD shared the video of her signing off on Facebook. The post received hundreds of comments congratulating her, including some from her former victims.
Comments were unbelievable. They really were. The comments, the reposts, the outpouring of love and support was more than I can even explain.
A survivor Detective Cameron helped shared this statement with KTVB. Officer Sherri is not just an officer, she's the backbone and the voice for the voices that can't speak for themselves. But she definitely taught me to have a voice for myself and to hear my little girl say, "Mommy, I'm so proud of you." The department held a retirement party for Detective Cameron where other officers, her family, and former victims came to celebrate her.
If I did my job right for the last 12 years with those families and specifically with the children, my hope, my legacy, is that those children will never enter the system.
This isn't the end of Detective Cameron's work with domestic violence. For more than a decade, she's provided training for law enforcement agencies on domestic violence. She says she's going to continue to do that work even in retirement.
Oh my goodness. It's like a calling, and I'm sure, I know, very difficult work, but very important work. Has Boise Police replaced her yet?
They have replaced her. He has been an officer on patrol with Boise PD for almost 2 years. Okay. He was in Vegas before that, and before he took over the position, he was able to connect with Detective Cameron, and they've been able to talk through what this is going to look like for him.
So he's got a good mentor. Yeah. All right, Aspen, thank you for highlighting her work.